we really need to go back living like our grandparents, right? You had a house, you had a garden, right? And you raised your own food, you grew your own food.
I just heard up until World War II, like 50% of the American household stuff was grown in their own garden.
Mm-hmm. Well, that was a result of World War II. I mean, the whole
But I'm saying up
chain
until
was
before
destroyed.
that too, right?
Possibly, but I think World War II.
Wasn't that somebody telling you and me that?
I think that was Patrick when we had Patrick on.
Yeah.
But I know we're kind of cutting you off. Here's if I can, like, here's my thing about global warming or climate change.
Climate change has started from the beginning of time. Climate will always change. That's it ebbs and flows like a tide.
Well, that's one of the things. I'm gonna say the liberals, because this is a liberal movement. The liberals called it global warming,
right?
But then
you realize
for
they're
decades
wrong.
There was no data to support that. So
now that was
they
Al
call
Gore,
it,
and you know why? So he could fucking make money off it because he's a crook.
Fly around on his private jets,
right? Exactly.
So I believe in all that shit too. I know all that stuff too, and so like I'm not saying like, oh, let's go do all the hippie shit for fucking global warming. I'm just saying I do think there's humans destroying the planet. That's all I was saying.
No.
Yeah,
I mean, I think that's inherent. That's some, there's got to be some truth in that. But the problem with that, the problem that I have is the solution. Like, look at what's going on right now. The solution is just get rid of all fossil fuels, and we're just going to force people into.
But we're going to put them on those fucking electric cars that are actually harming the environment more.
Exactly.
For making their batteries and digging up that shit with little African slaves.
Let me tell you something.
Fucking Nigeria or whatever.
If we truly cared about the environment, one, we would go nuclear, because that is one of the cleanest fuels on the planet, right? And it's safe as long as you use the safeguards. And two, why haven't we developed like fusion, right? Or fusion cells for cars? Again, as long as it's contained, completely safe.
There's too many lobbyists in this world for that.
Well, you're absolutely right. Because it's corporate greed, right?
Corporate greed.
One of the things. So there's two things that ruined America.
Not just America, the whole fucking world.
But I don't give a fuck about the world.
Okay.
I give a fuck about America. You know what I mean?
Yeah, hell yeah.
You nationalists.
So lawyers are fucking scumbags, right? That just ruin. Like, you can't just live your own life because a lawyer's got to get in the middle of fucking everything and then charge your arm and leg and sue you. Like, there should be limits on. Like, a doctor chops off the wrong arm. All right, yeah, you deserve some money, right? But do you deserve $40 million, $100 million? No, right? There's some stupid old lady burns herself with McDonald's coffee. Does she really deserve $80 million? No. Pay her medical bills, give her some money, be on your way.
Fuck off.
Right? But these suits where people are just, like, that's the new American dream. I'm going to sue you and get rich. No, get off your fucking ass, get a job and work like the rest of us, And then the second thing is corporatism. All right, so capitalism isn't like, capitalism is evil. No, corporatism is evil, right? Because they shut down the mom and pop places, and look at the corporations, right? Like Bill and Melinda.
I mean,
Gates.
what is capitalism? I want to work hard and make a lot of money from my work and my work.
Right. Yeah.
Corporatism is, my daddy gave me this job, and now I'm gonna fucking shit on
corporatism is I'm a big company like Apple or
Amazon.
But didn't they
Amazon,
get, okay,
right?
so here's my question about that. Didn't those people get to corporatism then by capitalism?
Yes, they did. Right. So
and then what did they just get to that point and forget their morals?
Absolutely. Yeah. I don't know, sell your soul, however you want to call it, right? Like at Walmart, right? Walmart.
So they're not true capitalists. They're, like you said, corporatists.
Right.
Because they sold their morals.
Correct.
So corporatists are evil.
Well, they're
I believe they
evil
are.
capitalists.
Oh, hey, this is good perspective, I think. This is good perspective for the layman.
I think we need a spreadsheet to put this on.
But, like Walmart, right? Walmart started off as a good thing, right? Hey, let's bring stores to everybody, bring affordable goods. Right? But then they started making demands like, well, I'm only going to accept this price so I can pass it on. And then they start, well, now we're going to do a grocery chain, right? And then mom and pops, grocery store can't keep up with them, so they're forced out of business. And that's what I'm talking about, where that you become so big that you kind of make your own laws, and then you just start screwing the little guy. Just because you could get a TV for $3.99 doesn't mean that somebody else isn't getting fucked in the process. You know what
I think the personality of corporations can change, just like the personality of people can change. You know, think about somebody who grows up with nothing and becomes wildly rich, and it was, you know, we see this in Hollywood all the time. They become wildly rich and popular, and they just become terrible people.
Correct. Absolutely.
You know, so I think, you know, as things become more and more rich and more popular, it's a challenge to maintain morals, ethics, and personality.
You know, and that's
okay, I'll fight beside you in that argument with these big corporations. But am I going to denounce capitalism?
No, absolutely not.
Especially in the way of socialism? Hell no.
Right.
Hell no.
No, I agree with you with that.